So hello students, a very good evening to all and welcome back to Daily Current Affairs of 15th of June. So for today's discussion, we have four very important articles from The Hindu, PIB as well as LiveMint. The first article is related to Padma River. So here the government in Bangladesh have decided to develop a barrage over Padma River. Next article is related to dengue, which is the first indigenous vaccine for dengue which will be developed in India. Next article is related to Great Indian Bustard. So this article is from PIB. So because of the conservation efforts in India, the population of Great Indian Bustard is gradually improving. And next important article is related to the impact of El Nino on various factors in India. So here first article, let's discuss our first article. So basically, the government of Bangladesh have decided to build a barrage over Padma River. So basically, it has decided to build the Padma barrage project on this river. But here the experts are saying that if you are developing this barrage over Padma River, that it might create similar problems which were associated to Farakka barrage in India. So first of all, let's discuss that why Bangladesh is planning to build a barrage over Padma River. So what is the reason? Then we shall be discussing how those problems are associated with the Farakka barrage in India. So what is the reason why Bangladesh is trying to develop this barrage? So important point here or important reason here is the scarcity of water. So basically at present Bangladesh is facing the water scarcity. So here the plan of Bangladesh is that we will build a barrage and this barrage will store the water during the monsoon. So during monsoon, the complete water from the rainfall will be stored, and when the water is required, so gradually we will be releasing the water. So this is the complete plan of Bangladesh. So that's why Bangladesh is trying to build the barrage over Padma River. So what all problems it will solve? First of all, it can reduce the salinity in the rivers. Because of the very high temperatures, the salinity in the rivers is increasing. So if you are having a lot of water, if you have stored a lot of water and you are releasing the water when it is required, so it can reduce the salinity in rivers. Second important thing is that it can reduce the dryness in the rivers. That means it can provide a lot of water in the rivers, and those water in the rivers can be provided for the irrigation for the agricultural field. So basically this is the complete plan of Bangladesh, and because of that Bangladesh is building a barrage over the Padma River. But now let's discuss why experts are saying that it can create the similar problems which were associated with Farakka barrage in India. So see, first of all, let's understand one thing. First of all, let's understand the location of Farakka barrage. So see, if you are able to see, this is the Ganga River. Okay, so this is the entire stretch of Ganga River. Now, basically, if we talk about barrage here, Farakka barrage, the main purpose of Farakka barrage is not to store water. Its main purpose is to divert some water of Ganga River to the Hooghly River. This is the main purpose of Farakka barrage in India. So see, if I change the color here and if I use any other color, okay. So see, this is here Ganga River. I have already said this is Ganga River. Now here I have built the Farakka barrage. So what will happen? Some of the water of Ganga River will be deviated to the Hooghly River. So this water is also of Ganga River, but it's not the complete water of Ganga River. So because of the Farakka barrage, some of the part of water of Ganga River will be deviated towards the Hooghly River. And why we are doing this? Because see, in Hooghly River, a lot of sedimentation is happening. A lot of silt, a lot of mud is present in the Hooghly River. And because of that, the ships are not able to reach the Kolkata port easily. So here somewhere we are having Kolkata port, and because of the sedimentation in the Hooghly River, the ships are not able to reach the Kolkata port easily. So that's why we have built a Farakka barrage. So Farakka barrage have deviated the waters of Ganga River in the Hooghly River. So basically what we are trying to do, we are just trying to flush off. We are just trying to move out the sediments which are present in the Hooghly River, so that we can make a way for the ships or the boats which are coming to the Kolkata port. So this was the main purpose of Farakka barrage. So this we are doing for the good purpose, right? But there are various ecological and various other problems related to Farakka barrage. So let's quickly discuss about the problems. Then we can easily understand that similar problems can happen with the barrage which will be built over Padma River. Okay, so see, first of all, let's discuss the problem. So first important problem will be the sediments accumulation. Sediments accumulation. See, now you will ask the question that why sediments accumulation? Because we have built the farage to remove the sediments. That how, then how you are saying that it will lead to sediment accumulation? See, it will not lead to sediment accumulation near the Hooghly River. Let me change the color. Yes, it will not lead to sediment accumulation near the Hooghly River. But see, as you are easily able to see that we are trying to divert Ganga River from the Farakka barrage. So here sedimentation will not happen. But since here we are blocking the flow of river, so here a lot of sediments will be accumulated. So here in the upper stretch of Ganga River, a lot of sediments will be accumulated, and if more and more sediments are accumulated in the bed at the bed of the river, then the carrying capacity, water carrying capacity of the river will reduce, and hence it will lead to flooding. So in what all areas it can lead to flooding? It can lead to flooding in the areas of Bihar, especially in Patna and other downstream regions. So this is one of the important issue, that it can lead to sedimentation, sediments accumulation, and ultimately it can lead to flooding. So this is the one of the important problem which is related to Farakka barrage. Now, second important thing will be the increase in salinity in rivers. Increase in salinity. See how I am saying increase in salinity. See, you can understand in this way. You can understand this increase in salinity in this way. See, for example, from this side, fresh water is coming. Are you able to see? For example, this is fresh water from the rivers, and from this side we have the saline water from the oceans. So you can understand in this way that there is a kind of war going on. There is a kind of fight going on between fresh water and saline water from the oceans. Now see, if all the rivers in India are having a good quantity of fresh water, then this fresh water can easily push away the saline water to the oceans. But if this amount of fresh water is reduced, then gradually saline water will try to enter the territory of fresh water. And this thing is only happening in the case of Farakka barrage. Because in Farakka barrage, what we did, we diverted one portion of Ganga river to the Hooghly river. So if we have diverted the water of Ganga river, then eventually the amount of fresh water in the Ganga river will eventually reduce. So that's why it will lead to more and more salinity. And if salinity is increasing in the freshwater resources in India, then it will create a lot of problem for the drinking water, for agriculture, for all the the riverine animals, etc., etc. And next thing is, it will harm the biodiversity also. Why it will harm the biodiversity? Because see, as you already know that every river has its natural ecological flow. So if you are diverting the flow of that river, then all the zooplanktons, phytoplanktons, other plants, animals which are dependent on that flow of river, eventually they will be affected. And one important ecosystem which is affected by all these things is the mangroves. Why I'm saying mangroves? Because just now we discussed that all these things is leading to increase in salinity. So though we know that mangroves are salt tolerant, but if the salinity will increase to very high percentage, then it will affect the mangroves ecosystem also. So these are some of the problems which are related to Farakka barrage in India. So experts are saying that similar problems can be related to the barrage which will be built over Padma River. Because though the government of Bangladesh is saying that it will solve our water problems, but similar problems can be related to that barrage also. Yes. So since we were talking about Farakka barrage, so let's discuss some of the points which are important for the prelims. So first important thing is that this barrage is located on which river? So just now we discussed that it is located on Ganga river in Murshidabad and Malda districts of West Bengal. So on which river it is built? It is built on Ganga river. On in which state it is developed? So it is developed in West Bengal. So it is one of the India's largest barrages which is constructed to divert water in the Bhagirathi Hooghly river system. So basically Hooghly is a distributary of Ganga river. It's not a tributary, because tributary goes and joins the main river. Hooghly river is the distributary. Distributary means the river which is emerging out from the main river. So here the water of Ganga river will be diverted. Some of the water of Ganga river will be diverted to Hooghly river, and Hooghly river is one of the distributary of Ganga river. And what is the main purpose to build the Farakka barrage? Main purpose of Farakka barrage was to maintain the navigability of Kolkata port. How it will maintain? It will flush out all the sediments which are present in the Bhagirathi Hooghly system. So please remember in general that what is the difference between a barrage and a dam. So see, basically the main purpose of the dam is to store water, to produce the electricity. The main purpose of any barrage is not, its main purpose is not to store water, its main purpose is to deviate or divert the flow of water. So basically you can consider a barrage like a traffic signal. So basically it will provide you the direction, that in which direction the water has to go. So I think we discussed about Farakka barrage, we discussed all the problems related to barrage, and also we discussed about the location of Farakka barrage. Now let's discuss about the Padma river and the barrage which will be built over Padma river. So see, please remember that whenever the Ganga river is flowing in India and Ganga river is entering in Bangladesh. So I think quickly let me highlight the boundary of Bangladesh. So it will become very easy for you. Okay, so I think, yes. So I think somewhere this is the boundary of Bangladesh. Is it visible? Yes. Now I will use any other color. See, so this is the boundary of Bangladesh. Now, when this Ganga river is entering, it is not visible, I think. Okay, so now when this Ganga river is trying to enter Bangladesh, so in Bangladesh, this Ganga river will be distributed into various streams. So one of the major stream of Ganga river will be called as Padma river. So please remember, when Ganga river enters Bangladesh, so it will be distributed in various streams, and the most important and the biggest stream of Ganga river will be the Padma river. So Padma river is one of the important stream of Ganga river. So please remember. So Bangladesh is developing the barrage over Padma river itself. Now let's discuss about the Padma river. So Padma river is the main channel of Ganga river in the Bangladesh. Okay. And it flows in the southeast direction until it joins Meghna river near the Bay of Bengal. So please see here, Padma river, we already discussed that Padma river is the part of Ganga river, and here Padma river will be joining the Meghna river, and this combination will be entering the Bay of Bengal. So basically it is moving in the southeast direction. So it is saying it flows in the southeast direction until it joins the Meghna river near the Bay of Bengal. Now we must remember the exact location also, that what is the exact location near India where it enters Bangladesh. So in the river enters Bangladesh from India near the Chapai Nawabganj. So near Chapai Nawabganj, this river enters from India to Bangladesh. Now if we talk about its origin, so it originates where the main branch of Ganga bifurcates at the Farakka barrage in the Murshidabad district of the West Bengal. So how this Padma river is originating? This, as I have already discussed, that Ganga river will be distributing in various streams when it is entering the Bangladesh. So at the Farakka barrage, the water of this river will be distributed, and there only this Padma river will be originating. Now if we talk about the major tributary of Padma river, so major tributary of Padma river is the Mahananda river. So here this is a major tributary, and it joins Padma river in the northwestern Bangladesh. Now if we talk about the other important branches which are coming from the Padma river, or basically the distributaries of Padma river, so I think these rivers are not much important. Let's just have a passing reference like Arial Khan, Madhumati and the Bhairab. Because see, mainly first thing, we are not talking about the major river of India, and that too, in that also, if we want to discuss the tributaries of distributaries, so they are not much important. So some of the important distributaries are the Arial Khan, Madhumati and the Bhairab. Now next important thing is that Padma is a major tributary of the Meghna river system, and the two join at the Chandpur before flowing into sea. So see, now let's see here. Yes, so I think we already discussed here that here Padma river will be joining the Meghna river these two will join each other and they will be going to Bay of Bengal. Okay, already we discussed all these things. Okay, so now I think everything is clear. This map is also clear. Map of Padma River is also clear. And map of Farakka Barrage is also clear. I think one more important thing, yes, like we discussed about the Ganga River, that when Ganga River is entering Bangladesh, so it will be known by the name of Padma. Similarly, when Brahmaputra is entering Bangladesh, so there Brahmaputra will also be distributing in various streams, and the name of the most important stream will be the Jamuna River. So here the Padma and Jamuna River will be combining with each other, and after that they will be joining with the Meghna River system, and finally this complete system will be merged with Bay of Bengal. Now, next important article is related to the dengue all vaccine, which will be India's first indigenous vaccine for dengue. So here the context is a bit different. The context is recently what Brazil did. Recently, Brazil has already created a vaccine for dengue. So the name of that vaccine is Butantan DV. So here Butantan DV is the indigenous vaccine which is created by Brazil, and this vaccine is the world's first single dose dengue vaccine. Single dose dengue vaccine means, see, dengue has the 4 types. Basically, the dengue virus has 4 serotypes. So if you are creating the vaccine for dengue, then you have to create the vaccine for all the 4 subtypes, because if you are immune for the first type, maybe other 3 types can affect you. So here Brazil has already created the world's first single dose dengue vaccine, which is known as Butantan DV. But here the issue is that this vaccine has already been administered to around 5 lakh people in Brazil. But after administering, 2 deaths were reported and more than 40 serious impacts were seen. So though it is not proven yet that all these deaths and all these adverse impacts are related to vaccine only, but important thing here is that Brazil has temporarily suspended this vaccination operation. So here the concerns are raised. Concerns are raised on dengue all vaccine, because dengue all vaccine will be India's first vaccine for the all 4 serotypes of dengue. So here, like Butantan DV was the first, Brazil's first single dose dengue vaccine. So similarly, dengue all will be India's first single dose vaccine for dengue. But the problem is that since Brazil has seen all these situations, Brazil has seen some of the deaths and negative impacts, so there are concerns raised on the dengue all, because at present it is at the phase 3 of the clinical trials. So India has to learn from this vaccination drive of Brazil what all things have to be improved. So quickly, first of all, let's discuss about the dengue all vaccine, because important thing is that this is India's first indigenous dengue vaccine candidate. That's why you must have a basic idea that who developed it and what kind of vaccine it is. So this dengue all vaccine is developed by Panacea Biotech in collaboration with Indian Council of Medical Research. So please remember who developed this vaccine. So it was developed by Panacea Biotech in collaboration with Indian Council of Medical Research. This we already discussed that this will be India's first dengue vaccine candidate. Important thing is that it targets all 4 serotypes of dengue. So see, dengue have 4 subtypes. So if you are creating the vaccine, if you want to create the vaccine for dengue, then you have to create it for all the four subtypes. Because if you are immune for the first subtype, then other 3 subtypes can infect the body, and this may become India's first licensed dengue vaccine. So these were some of the prelims related points for dengue all vaccine. Now, since we are discussing about dengue, quickly discuss prelims related points. So see, whenever we are discussing about any disease, first important thing what you must know is the microorganism, that which microorganism is involved in the in causing that disease. So whether it is bacteria, virus, fungi, protozoa, etc. So if we talk about dengue, so dengue is a mosquito-borne viral infection. Please remember, dengue is a viral infection, and how this virus is passed. So this virus is passed through a mosquito. What is the name of that mosquito? So it is passed by the Aedes mosquito. Please remember which microorganism is involved. It is virus. How this virus spreads? This virus spreads through a mosquito. What is the name of that mosquito? Name of that mosquito is the Aedes mosquito. Now, this type of disease, that is dengue disease, is more common in tropical and subtropical climates because the mosquitoes mainly flourish in all these type of regions, in the high humidity, high temperature regions. Important thing for the exam is that dengue is not contagious from person to person. That means, for example, if we talk about TB, so TB is a contagious disease because TB can be passed through your sneezing, or TB can pass through the droplets which are coming from your body. But if we talk about dengue, so it's not like if a person A is suffering from dengue, then this can be passed directly to person B. No, it's not like that. So it is not a contagious disease, so it cannot be easily spread from person to person, except when it is passed from a pregnant person to a child. So there is a very high possibility if a person is suffering from dengue and that person is pregnant, so it can be transferred to a child. That is possibility, but it's not like a contagious disease, for example, TB. Now, since we are discussing that if we want to develop vaccine, that vaccine have to be developed for all 4 serotypes. So you must know this, you must have a basic idea about the 4 serotypes of dengue. So that is dengue 1, dengue 2, 3 and 4. These are the 4 serotypes of dengue. So if so see, it works like this. For example, a person A have got this dengue disease, is suffering with this dengue disease. Then after recovering from this disease, the body will have the lifelong immunity with that, for that specific serotype, but still you are vulnerable to other 3 serotypes. That's why when you are developing vaccine, you must look for the all 4 serotypes. Now, if we want to talk about the current existing vaccines, so what are 2 existing vaccines? They are dengue vaccine as well as Q-dengue. So at present, these 2 type of vaccines are administered for dengue in India. Now, next important article is related to Great Indian Bustard and Project Great Indian Bustard. So here, because of the conservation efforts of India and the Project Great Indian Bustard, India has added 3 new baby bustards. Yes, so India has added 3 new baby bustard. So here, what is the news? News we already discussed that because of the conservation efforts, the number of Great Indian bustards are increasing under the captive breeding in India. So what is the meaning of captive breeding? It means the breeding of endangered animals under the controlled conditions. Controlled conditions, for example, any protected area, zoo, wildlife sanctuary, etc., etc. So since we are talking about the Great Indian Bustard, so let's discuss some of the prelims related points. So first of all, see the picture only. So this is the picture of Great Indian Bustard. So basically this bird more or less looks like ostrich because this bird is having very long as well as thin legs. First of all, if we talk about Great Indian Bustard, so this is a large bird with a horizontal body. So see, if you see, no, so it's not much tilted. So basically, it is a large bird with horizontal body, long bare legs. Because of that, these long bare legs only, we consider this bird like ostrich-like ostrich-like appearance. Second thing is that this bird is endemic to Indian subcontinent. Endemic means it is found only in the Indian subcontinent. Second thing is they are one of the heaviest flying birds in the world. So please remember, Great Indian Bustards are not the heaviest flying birds in the world, but they are one of the heaviest flying birds in the world. So give me answer in the comment section that which is the heaviest flying birds in the world. Now, next thing is this is considered as a flagship grassland species. See, flagship means because of that species, the entire ecosystem survives. So, entire ecosystem, health of the ecosystem is revolving and around the health of that species. So, here if we talk about the Great Indian Bustard, so Great Indian Bustard basically lives in the grassland ecology, and because of that, because of this Great Indian Bustard, the entire ecosystem is surviving. So, this is the important thing. Next important thing is that they are the largest among the 4 bustard species which are found in India. So here you must know one more important point, that India have 4 important bustard species. What are those bustard species? First is the Hobara bustard, second is the Lesser Florican, third is the Bengal Florican, and fourth is the Great Indian Bustard. So at least for exam, you must know the IUCN status also for all these 4 species. So please know the IUCN status also. And next thing is they are primarily terrestrial birds. So since they are living in the grassland ecosystem and they are one of the heaviest birds, so they are the important terrestrial birds. Next thing is that they are the diurnal birds. Diurnal birds means they will be active in the morning hours also, as well as they will be active in the evening hours also. So please focus on these small points because they can be asked in UPSC, because UPSC is focusing more on the, in environment section, UPSC is more focusing on the details of any species. Next thing is this is a state bird of Rajasthan, and because of this only the government of Rajasthan has launched Project Great Indian Bustard in 2013. So please remember who launched Project Great Indian Bustard. So it was launched by the government of Rajasthan in 2013. Now, since this bird was very vulnerable to poaching, and so because of that, not much population is left, and because of that, locally they are extinct 90% of their original range. So because of poaching and because of habitat loss, 90% of birds have got extinct, and because of that only India is running the conservation efforts. So since we are saying that this is state birds of Rajasthan, so it's not like it is found only in Rajasthan. So this scattered population is found in some other states also. What are those states? Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka. So along with Rajasthan, these are 4 or 5 states where the population of Great Indian Bustard is found. If we talk about IUCN status, so please remember IUCN status of Great Indian Bustard is critically endangered. But for exam point of view, you must know the IUCN status of these 3 bustards also. Yes. So here next article is from LiveMint. So here basically the article discusses the impact of El Nino on India. El Nino on various factors, for example, monsoon, water availability, inflation, etc., etc. So see, why we are discussing this news? We are discussing because there is a possibility that El Nino will be developed in 2026. And if El Nino is developing in 2026, then it will be having a direct impact on the Indian monsoon as well as other factors in India. So that's why this is important, and this will be affecting the food prices, water supply, etc., etc. So before discussing the impact, let's quickly discuss about this phenomena of El Nino. So see, if first of all, let's talk about the normal years. What is happening in normal years? See, you have a basic idea about the trade winds, right? So trade winds are the easterly winds. So see, what will happen? No, because of the easterly winds, these easterly winds will try to push the warm equatorial waters towards this region of Australia. So towards Central Pacific Ocean as well as towards the Western Pacific Ocean. So see, we are talking about the trade winds. So trade winds will be pushing the warm water towards this region. Now, since this region is having a lot of warm water, so here temperature is also high, water is also moist. So because of that, warm and moist water will rise. And this warm and moist water will rise, and this warm and moist water will descend at this place near South America. So basically, this will be creating a complete cell, and this will be known as Walker cell circulation. Okay, so see what is happening here. These trade winds or easterly winds are pushing the warm water towards the Western as well as Central Pacific Ocean. So here water is very warm, temperature is very high, warm water will rise. Second thing is that since these easterly winds are pushing a lot of water in this western direction, so because of that, water from the deeper layers of the ocean will be coming upwards. And if water from the deeper oceans are coming upwards, so this water is very, very cold. So here what is the situation? Here water is very warm, so it will rise, and here water is very cold. So here air will rise and here air will descend, and this will be the complete Walker cell circulation. But what will happen during El Nino years? During El Nino years, these trade winds or easterly winds will become weak, or they will weaken. Since they are becoming weak, so very less amount of warm water will be accumulated here. If less water is accumulated here, less water will rise, less water will descend, and hence this complete Walker cell circulation will become weak. So first thing, it might become weak. Second thing, it might get reversed also. So earlier here, the air was rising, here air was descending. Sometimes it may reverse also. How it may reverse? Air can rise from here and air can descend here. So earlier, since cold waters were present here, so apart from cold waters, now we'll be having warm waters here. Earlier here we had warm waters, so now we will be having cold waters. So all these things will happen during El Nino years. Now, if we talk about the impact of El Nino, so first important thing we will discuss on the monsoon itself. So if we talk about the monsoon, so because of the El Nino, the monsoon in India will become very, very weak. And if we talk about the weak monsoon, then gradually the rainfall in India will reduce, right? Now, if the rainfall in India will reduce, it will impact the agricultural productivity, right? Here agricultural productivity will become low, and if production of food grains, fruits, vegetables is very low, gradually it will lead to rise in food prices. So basically it will lead to rise in inflation. So these are some of the impacts. Now one more impact or important impact is the water availability, because if El Nino is very strong, then the monsoon will become weak. If monsoon will become weak, the rainfall will be very less. If rainfall is very less, the aquifers, the groundwater will not be recharged. There will be very less water in the rivers. And if we have very less water availability, then we will be having the scarcity of drinking water. We will be having scarcity of water for the irrigation purposes. So these are some of the important impacts of the El Nino. Now, since we are talking about the impact of El Nino, one more important concept is the positive Indian Ocean dipole. So basically positive Indian Ocean dipole means, for example, this is the coastline of India. So positive Indian Ocean dipole means the difference between the temperatures of Arabian Sea as well as the Bay of Bengal is positive. That means the temperature of Arabian Sea is too high as compared to the temperature of Bay of Bengal, and because of that, because of positive Indian Ocean dipole, more and more monsoon winds will be attracted towards India. So if we are talking about El Nino, so what El Nino will do, it will reduce the rainfall in India. And what positive Indian Ocean dipole will do, this will increase the rainfall in India. So basically always we cannot say that El Nino because of El Nino the monsoon will always be bad in India, because if it is El Nino year but it is also positive Indian Ocean dipole period, then rainfall will be a bit of moderate. So this is the overall discussion about the El Nino in India. Okay, so I think we discussed these topics. Now try to give answer in the comment section of these questions. So the question is, with reference to El Nino, consider the following statements. First is, it is characterized by unusually warm sea surface temperatures in the central as well as eastern equatorial Pacific Ocean. Second is, it is generally associated with the weaker southwest monsoon rainfall in India. Third is, it is caused by the strengthening of trade winds across Pacific Ocean. So try to give answer of this question in the comment section. Second is, consider the following statements regarding dengue. Dengue is transmitted primarily by the Aedes aegypti mosquito. Second is, dengue virus has 4 distinct serotypes. Third is, infection with one serotype provides lifelong immunity against all serotypes. So provide answer of this question also in the comment section. Yes, so that's all from my side for today. Thank you and have a nice day.